I think I'm live. Hey guys, we're 1 minute early, but welcome to my Instagram live, the first one that I've done in quite some time. I'm gonna make sure this is actually working. I think it is. Hard to tell. Anyway, welcome to my Instagram live. Hopefully this is working, and thank you guys for tuning in and following along. I am here today to discuss imposter syndrome. And the reason I wanted to hop on today and discuss imposter syndrome is because I've been having massive bouts of imposter syndrome over the last, I'd say, week, 2 weeks or so. And I think the reason that I'm having imposter syndrome show up for me so much over the last 2 weeks is because I'm getting really close with my book, with my publisher, which is crazy for me to say out loud. Again, imposter syndrome is kind of popping up as I hesitate to say it or say it. And then I'm getting really close to, we're actually just 4 days away. That's crazy. We're 4 days away from my very first live coaching group that starts on Monday with Life the Recipe. So as these things are coming up for me, the book, and then the program that goes live on Monday, I felt this like overwhelming wave of imposter syndrome. And I think that is kind of the term that we all know how to use today. But for me, to break it down, what it actually feels like is, it feels like, or this voice kind of takes over, and this voice starts telling me that, like, who are you to? Like, who are you to have a book, or who are you to run a program? Like, who are you to be a voice? And I understand how powerful imposter syndrome can be, because at times when I hear those voices, it actually causes me to freeze. And what freezing looks like for me, it's not actually freezing, it's actually getting really busy doing stuff that doesn't serve me. For me, it's mindlessly thumbing through social media. For me, it's checking sports highlights. These things are all fueled by this voice of, like, who are you to do these things? And as I was thinking about this topic today and coming on here, I knew that the imposter syndrome not only causes me to pause and misdirects my energy, but really what the imposter syndrome causes me to do is double down on my personal belief within myself. Now, on a walk this morning, I was listening to a meditation that I listen to in the mornings, and I was almost brought to tears in understanding through the meditation how powerful I actually am. And that would be one of the tools that I use that I want to share with you guys. It is something like meditation and being mindful. But the true imposter syndrome that I've been dealing with is actually me even putting any ounce of energy into believing that I am not those things, because I am those things. I am publishing a book. It is being printed. It is being shipped. People have purchased it already. I am hosting my own coaching program for individuals that do believe in aligning with me and do see value with me. So when we feel these imposter syndrome feelings kick in, we need to, on a fundamental level, understand that they are just feelings. It isn't factual. Like, there is no fact to anything that I've been feeling in the last 2 weeks. And if we look at the facts are that it's actually the exact opposite. I am those things. I am doing those things. I can do those things. But for me, I look at it like it's a test. When I catch myself, or I have this like outer body experience of me watching myself self-sabotaging, thumbing through social media, or comparing myself to other people, I have to check myself and go, like, look what you're doing. Like, look what you're fueling. And that's something that I preach and coach so much in my program, is like, what wolf, the dark wolf and the white wolf that live inside of us, and we'll call the dark wolf the bad wolf for now, and the white wolf the good wolf. is when you allow for that imposter syndrome or that negative language. Let's not even call it negative language that isn't in line with where you want to be going. When we give that energy, it just gets stronger and stronger and stronger. So what I've done for myself is I've challenged myself to be very aware of when I feel these feelings and understand that, one, they are just feelings. It isn't fact. Like, we are not our feelings. And that is something that I'm understanding now on a completely different level. I am in control of how I feel. I am in control of the thoughts that I have and how they make me feel. So for me, I am being very aware of when I have these thoughts and this language creep in. I'm being very aware of, okay, how is it impacting me? And is it actually helping me get to where I want to go? And over these last 2 weeks, as I have been stressing out about the book and stressing out about the coaching program, I've allowed for these conversations to happen in my head, and I've allowed for myself to be deviated and distracted from where I'm going. But I also understand this is part of my process. I have to be hyper aware that this is part of the test for me. It is, how bad do you want it, Brad? It is, do you really want to be a leading coach and an author and someone who is making positive change in the world? And I know that I do. And I know that the true imposter syndrome is me not being focused. The true imposter syndrome is me thinking those thoughts continuously. So if you guys are out there right now and you're watching this or watching it later, you have to understand that you aren't your thoughts. You have complete control over your feelings. And the minute that we give up that control, then we become a victim. And I think being a victim right now is just way too easy in our world, because it's so easy to compare ourselves with everyone else that's out there, and everyone's so accessible right now. But you aren't your feelings. You have the control over your feelings. So while I sat there and labeled it imposter syndrome, which I do believe it was and is, it doesn't mean that it's true. And I define that, and that's what I'm learning. So tools that I would love for you guys to use if you're having these struggles, if you're having imposter syndrome, if you're finding yourself sabotaging, one of the first things I do is I get quiet and I meditate. And the meditation for me, if you guys know Joe Dispenza, neuroscientist, I think. Anyway, his information is incredible. His writing is awesome, but he talks about the importance of morning and evening meditation, and I do both his morning and evening meditation. I'll admit, his evening meditation, I usually fall asleep. But the morning meditation, for me, is a great way to touch base with that future vision of myself. And that future vision of myself, part of me, does not allow for any of the language that the imposter syndrome, which is like my current reality, to become my narrative. And that is key. It's like, what are you allowing to become your narrative? And far too often, we allow for other things, other people, other occurrences, other happenings to become our story. Like, we take it on. But that isn't me. That isn't, I decide how I feel. I decide who I am. I decide how I show up. And that's a challenging piece as well. It's so easy. It's so easy for me to sit here 4 days away from my program starting and allow for that narrative of, who are you to be running a coaching program? Like, what have you done in your life? Like, what gives you the right? It's so easy for me to sit there and find reasons why I'm not Tim Robbins, while I'm not, Tony Robbins or Tim Robbins, while I'm not Gary Vaynerchuk, while I'm not some multi-millionaire name. There's tons of reasons to figure out why I'm not that person, but I am not that person. I'm me, and that is why I should be running this program. That is why I am a coach, because I believe fundamentally that I can be just like those people, if not better than those people. But for me to get there, I need to fundamentally change my beliefs. And it starts with understanding that you are not your thoughts. It starts with understanding that you can control everything. And the minute we think that we can't, then we become victims. And again, that whole victim the rhetoric that I've been having, that we have kind of as a larger society right now, is inaccurate, inappropriate, and not serving. So while I've been breathing heavy and really questioning, like, am I supposed to be doing this? Am I meant to be doing this? I catch myself and I say, maybe not. But then I double catch myself and I say, 100% this is what I'm meant to be doing. The fact that I was feeling these feelings of imposter syndrome, and my gut instinct was to do an Instagram post about I'm going live and I'm going to talk about this. That tells me that the truth is actually stronger than those lies that I was telling myself. The truth is I'm here right now doing this, and this isn't scripted. This is just me talking. This is coming through me. This is where I'm meant to be doing. So I'm meant to be sharing. I'm meant to be educating. I'm meant to be contributing and serving. So I know fundamentally that all of that stuff that I've been telling myself isn't true. I know that the truth is this. The truth is I am meant to do more. I am meant to write a book. I am meant to run coaching programs. I am meant to speak and motivate and engage other people. That is something I do know to my core. But it's only through exercises like this that I'm able to prove to myself, again, that this is where I'm supposed to be. And all of that, those feelings I had, which aren't real, they're just feelings, are just that. They're just a test. They're a test to see, like, how bad do you want this, Brad? And I'll be honest, I want it really, 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 really bad. And I feel like I am that close to hitting even another level of growth for myself. So I wanted to hop on here and talk about imposter syndrome and how it is just a feeling, and how you have control over your thoughts, over your emotions, and over what you say. So own it. Don't allow for others' beliefs to become your beliefs if you don't want them to be. And begin to listen deep inside of you. Like, who are you? Who do you desire to be? And are you that person right now? Are you that person in the morning when you wake up? And if not, you got to have a face-to-face with yourself and ask why. Like, why am I not? And I would love to facilitate that for you. And as I struggle to put myself out there even more, I want everyone that sees this to be a client of mine. I want everyone that sees this to be in the Life the Recipe program that starts in just a few days. I want everyone to do it because I really do want to help other people see what I've seen, to understand what I've understand. Does it need to be my way or the highway? Definitely not, because there's so many different ways to do this thing called life. But what I want to do is, like this, is share my recipes, share what I've been doing that has gotten me to this point where I can feel imposter syndrome, recognize it, have tools like meditations, like self-talk, like a power circle around me of people that tell me the things that they know I need to hear and I know I need to hear, and that become fuel for me as I move on. These are tools that I want to share with you guys as you battle things like self-sabotage, imposter syndrome, doubt, anxiety, stress, all of these things that are so apparent right now. So if you're out there and you are struggling in any way in your life, I would love to chat with you, just to have a chat. And then maybe the program is right for you. Maybe it isn't, and that's okay. 100% okay. No feelings. But I would love the opportunity to chat with people that follow me on social media and say, like, hey, could us chatting more, could us having a more formal relationship outside of just like double tapping some photos, could that be something that helps you towards your ultimate goal? And That is why I'm here. Not why I'm here right now on Instagram Live. That's why I'm here on this earth now, is because I'm here to serve other people, and I'm here to spread my message, and I'm here to lift others up. So if that is you and you need some help, reach out anytime, literally anytime. I'd be more than happy to have a conversation with you. And I know, as I've gone through probably the deepest amount of imposter syndrome that I've ever had in the last 2 weeks, that it's a lie. It's not real. But it's so easy, again, so easy to fall into that. And I don't want you guys to fall into that. I want you guys to understand that you have complete control. And I heard this the other day, and it was so true. It was talking about eating a donut, and maybe you shouldn't be eating the donut, but you eat half of the donut and then you put it down. So instead of beating yourself up about eating the donut, celebrate the fact that you put the other half down. And that's where I'm at with my imposter syndrome that I've experienced in the last 2 weeks. I could sit there and focus on, like, oh my God, how much time did I waste even having those thoughts or feelings? Or how much time did I waste then allowing it to become what influenced my actions? Instead of sitting there and focusing on that, what I'm focusing on now is, wow, how cool is it that I was motivated to hop on Instagram, do an Instagram Live, share the fact that I've been struggling, share the fact that I'm still super excited about my program, and share the fact that I have tools that I use to help me get back on track, essentially, to understand fundamentally that, yes, I am these things. And that's something as well that we use in the program, is language. So not even I want to be, it's I am. I am that already. And I totally believe that I am. I know I said Tim Robbins earlier, but I feel like I am very much like a Tony Robbins. I feel like I'm very much like a Gary Vaynerchuk. I feel like I'm very much like a Lewis Howes or a Mel Robbins, or these people that are seemingly just allowing for what is inside them to come out to help other people. That is what I'm here to do. Like, I know that unequivocally. Unequivocally, that's what I'm here to do. So if you need help in business, if you need help in your relationship, if you need help in life, broad statement, I would love to work with you. I would love to just at least have a chat to see if it would be a good fit. So thank you guys for supporting me as I go through this process of this learning, or what I'd really like to say now is the unlearning. And that's something I think you guys could and should think about as well. It's not about becoming something. It's actually about unbecoming who we're not. So much of what we do and what we wear isn't actually who we really truly are. So work to take on conversations with yourself. Work to take on conversations touching base with, like, who am I at my core? And then find a way to express that however you can. However you can. You guys are awesome. This is so cool that this is the world we live in, that you can hop on and do these things. I've been recording this for YouTube as well, which again is super cool that I can do that even. So if you guys need to watch this again, you can check it out on my YouTube channel. Again, shameless plug, if you guys are interested at all in joining me in the Life the Recipe program, it does start in 4 days. That doesn't mean it's too late to get you in. We definitely can get you in. There are spots available. Again, I would love to work with you guys and show you the tools that I've used to get me to where I am today. And a lot of you know my story. In a marriage, not happy. In a job, not happy. I left it all, and now I'm living the life that I want to be living. And I did all that through, one, not on my own. I had a lot of help, but I used a lot of different tools and systems and habits that were key to getting me to where I am today. But like I said, I'm still not there. I still have room to grow. I still am massively flawed, but I embrace that, and I know this is just part of my path, like the imposter syndrome. Part of my path. That's part of my experience. It's just testing me, and I'm okay with that. Anyway, I hope this was beneficial for you guys. I'm using a new program for this Instagram Live, so hopefully it came across okay. It seemed like you guys are engaged with it. Thank you, Tash. I appreciate it. Love you. Chris, love you too, bro. Thank you, Casey. Megan, yeah, definitely, Megan. Let's chat. I'd love to chat with you. That's it, guys. I'm going to leave you to it. I've got some more work to do here, preparing for my program. And then I get to prepare dinner for my awesome family. So you guys go have an incredible day. Thank you for popping in and listening to my imposter syndrome self-sabotage situation. And thanks for your continued support. It means the world to me. And if it wasn't for all of you guys doing this, I don't know that I would be doing this. So thanks again. Have an incredible day. Be ridiculously good to each other. Work extremely hard. And yeah, reach out if I can be of any help to you in any way, shape, or form at all. Peace.